beef ravioli. Ah, hello. Welcome back. It's way past midnight right now. It is very past midnight right now. I don't know why I have so much energy, but yesterday totally sucked because I did one painting, but my stomach started hurting because I had some pretty pale looking kimchi fried rice with a sunny side up egg that was maybe a little too runny on top. I had like not so good stomach things going on, and then my nose was running so much, and then my sinuses just started hurting, and I'm just like, oh my god, coronavirus. But I didn't even go outside, but it just turned out to be sinusitis, and I just had to sleep it off because my body was just like, I finally got my white switch shell. Oh my god, I can't speak. And we're gonna finally do that today and replace the buttons with the pink buttons. I'm a little nervous because I watched the video on like how to do this first before just like taking it apart and following the video step by step and making every step a surprise. And honestly, I'm really nervous about doing the Joy-Cons because upon watching like how they like did the Joy-Cons and how it just like fumbles and like tangles like in and out of itself, I'm just like, I have to do that, perform the surgery. Anyways, on another note, like whoa, it's only been like 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks, like I feel like it's only been like 2 weeks, but there's like 82 of you subscribed to me. I swear I only had like 6 subscribers, which were pretty much all my friends. Wow, where did like 82 of you come from? Like, oh, hello. Hi, nice to meet you. I want to say a big thank you to my friend Tiffany Applecheeks because I'm pretty sure like without her like sharing on her Instagram, my YouTube channel, none of you guys would have been here. Or also on my Instagram, which also reached like a little over 1,000 followers, which I never thought would even surpass 1,000. So really big thank you. Like wow, like I don't even know how to feel. Like it's such a big milestone for me because I've been really like, self-conscious and like insecure about like my art despite like, graduating from like a really big school and like trying to practice and like have like a artistic presence within like the community as an artist myself, and just seeing how like all of a sudden like the view count and the subscriber counts just like in one day I was just like so overwhelmed with like all of these messages and like comments and follows, and I was just like, oh, my heart was just so full. So thank you so much. Like wow, this is something else. And like it's not a giant number, but for me it's like I remember back like when I was like in middle school trying to like rack up the watchers on my DeviantArt page back in the day, and I was just so jealous of people who had like just comments after comments and like all that stuff, and I was just like, oh man, I'll never make it to like 500 like viewers or whatever. But years later I kind of just like fell out of touch with like wanting to like be somebody like on the internet. And then in this day and age where like kind of your professional background has to be supported by a following, I just thought, oh man, it's like DeviantArt all over again. Like I'll never make it. But dang, 1,000 followers on Instagram and 82 subscribers on YouTube is such a big deal for me. Like I still can't thank you guys enough. Wow. Hello. But anyway, let's get to it. I'm gonna open this box. I'm gonna switch the view, and I'll probably just speed through it because I'm gonna be like struggling and stumbling along the way to put this thing together. So I'm just gonna like do a time lapse of it, and there's nothing that I know about this to like kind of stop and explain except to maybe like show you like how far I've gotten and like how much I've been frustrated with this. So yeah, let's go. I've stripped the screws for the back plate of my Switch. So the original manufacturer's back plate is forever attached to my Switch, which isn't the end of the world, but I'm so sad because I cannot put my nice matte white shell on it. But it's okay. It's okay. There are solutions that I found on the internet trying to use a rubber band, a latex glove, super glue, and even solder. And guess what? I've tried all 4 of those methods thus far and none of them worked. And for the soldering method, I actually melted the plastic a little bit of the original backplate, and that kind of melted on top of the screw, so now it's just like really in there. Not that it can't ever come out, but like in fear of like damaging it even more, I just kind of gave up. So until I can find my cordless hand drill and purchase either left-handed drill bits or destroyed threaded screw remover, the white backplate isn't happening. But if you guys have any suggestions or resources that I can turn to, let me know because I really want to put this white backplate in my Switch. Ta-da! I got my Joy-Cons in, hooray, and they work, and with the dog, it looks so cute. It's exactly how I envisioned it from like the front anyway. So hooray, this looks so cute. I'm so happy with it. The Joy-Cons were such a headache. I'll definitely share how I did the right Joy-Con because I wanted to test out the left Joy-Con on my own, and honestly the right Joy-Con was way more difficult than the left Joy-Con because it had like more attached parts to it, and there's a sensor at the bottom which I had no idea was only on one Joy-Con. So I learned a little bit about the ins and outs of these electronics, and I had to take this one apart twice because my joystick was actually on a little crooked and like parts were spilling out of the housing. So yeah, I'm so happy that this worked out. At least 70% of my Switch is the color that I want it to be. So I had a couple of requests to do a voiceover while I do my plein air paintings, and I hesitated to do voiceovers in general because I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to these paintings because first of all, I just barely started doing these plein air paintings. I don't know how to do these properly or correct, but this is just the way that I'm doing them. I've done them in several different ways where I do a sketch like this with a pencil, and I've done some where I just kind of painted it directly like with a wash underneath. So in this method, I used a photo reference of a picture that I took a couple years ago at the farmer's market at the Grove, and I just lightly sketched out the general shapes of the composition that I want to include in my painting, and cropped out a lot of the other elements that I didn't find necessary or fit inside this small canvas. And then I applied a wash of primary yellow and burnt sienna for the sky and for the shadows. And that'll kind of like make the colors kind of like meld together. So I picked these colors based on the photo and what I think are the general colors that might be the underpainting. So in this photo, all the lights, things that are in light, feel like it has a yellowish tint, while everything else in shadow are much darker and cooler. I used burnt sienna, which is a little bit of a warmer color in this sense, but I just decided to roll with it and see where I went. So right now I'm establishing where the darkest shadows are, which are the undersides of all the roofs and awnings and umbrellas, and I just totally encapsulated it in the darkest. So I never use black in my paintings because black will generally deaden and muddy up a lot of the vibrancy in the painting, and also muddy up and take away the vibrancy of a lot of colors that you would mix with black. A lot of instructors have taught me not to use black for that reason, and instead create your own darks. So for my darks, I made a mixture of alizarin crimson and a really deep violet that I can't remember the name of, but I would use that to create the really dark shadows in my painting. Alizarin crimson is such a great color because it's so deep and vibrant that it just creates the most beautiful darks ever. So here I'm struggling to pop out the highlights of the awning because I kind of got lost in all the details that are underneath the roof. Still trying to like pop out and render key elements of my composition and what I want to stand out. So a lot of this painting is me trying to fight while also trying to observe and understand what's in light, what's in shadow. So that's really what a lot of these studies are, is just an observation of what's in light, what's in shadow, and how warm and how cool is it. So I'm pretty much finished with this painting, just adding a final finishing touches here and there, and then painting the word farmers market on that little tank there. And there we have it. That's the study, and we can start peeling the tape and just enjoy how satisfying it is to peel tape when doing these paintings. Oh my gosh, I've anxiously been waiting for my package from Planet Roller Skate for a really long time. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this. Oh my gosh, so excited because I just bought new radar energy wheels. Oh my god, and they're so cute. The reason why I wanted to buy new wheels is because my current wheels on my skates are really huge, and it's the gummy wheels for outdoor skating, so I always trip over them and I like collide them because I skate my feet a little bit closer together, and I wanted to do like tricks and stuff. So I'm like so excited to practice on these outdoor wheels. They're just as soft as the outdoor wheels that I have on right now. These are just a lot smaller, so I'm so excited to put these on. I also got new toe stops because why not? And Y3 skate tool, so I can actually take my wheels off and toe stop off. And of course some bearings. So let's do this together because I've been dying like all week to finally do this.
These are some of the things we expect with summer.